This video applies to the first and second generation of the Honda NCX, the 700 and the 750. With the ratchet, put it in the counterclockwise direction and tape it so you can't accidentally rotate the motor in the wrong direction. If you have two ratchets, that's a helpful thing to do. Feeler gauges. I like to bend them. You just bend them like that with your fingers. It's not hard. The next thing I like to do is I labeled this EX for exhaust, and I'm going to take these out once I get started. Definitely going to want to have one of these long reach funnels. I'm going to get started by removing the radiator cap. If you're having trouble removing this screw, just twist the head with the pliers. After removing the top and bottom radiator hose and draining them into your pan, you're going to loosen this top bolt, and this will allow you to swing the radiator out and make it easier to unplug the electrical plug and take the hose that collects blow-by and drain it. The plug, there's a couple of things here. You don't squeeze anything on here except this back piece. This has to be pinched so it can be separated from the fan frame over here, that rectangular hole. Another thing is the plug itself. How does it work? Well, on the bottom here is what you have to push on. Kind of inspect things here and see that? And get a little oil and make sure the boot is good and there's no cracks and all that kind of stuff. Timing chain tensioner, which you can see right there. There's a measurement in the book. There's a little confusion because people will say cylinder 1 is the clutch side, but what they actually mean, it's the clutch lever. The line there. First there was these two little marks. The letter F, I think for firing order, a slash, and a 1 that looks like a 7. And that matches up with this. Exhaust side, right? This is number 1. Okay, I just finished with cylinder 1. Now onto cylinder number 2. But what I found is you have to rotate this extremely slowly. So as you feel compression, if you don't go very, very slowly, once you come up on the mark, the motor will just rotate and spin past it. Cylinder 1. Now we're on to cylinder 2. And that comes to putting this valve cover on, I always find it's trickier than it seems. But the secret is, even after you've put 2 bolts in, notice how I can still pick this side up like that? It'll let you peek through there and see that the bolt's going where it's supposed to go. The valve cover, put that on, make sure the clamp is in place. Then you're going to plug this in and make sure to put that plastic back into the little hole right there. The reason for that is you got your fan blades right here, and so this plug, you don't want it to wander into the fan blades and mess them up. Same thing with zip ties or anything else. This area has to stay clear. See that? Hose clamp in place and push this hose on. Tighten this clamp, then tighten the other clamp. Next, we're going to put the coolant in, run it until the fan comes on, which will take probably about 10 minutes. How do you know the fan is running? Because you can hear it, and if you put your hand here, okay, just stop. I was just able to get it, okay. Sounds good. Turn this on and you can hear the fan running. Now that I'm done with my bike, it's time to start yours.